You're frustrated, right? You wake up every day with a dozen things to do, but somehow everything feels out of control. You're chasing success, yet it feels like success is running away from you. It's like you're stuck in a loop of expectations and demands. Here's the truth. You're not out of control, you're just in the wrong mindset. The first thing you need to do is understand this. You are in control, but you've been letting your emotions drive the car. Imagine this. You're stuck in traffic. Everyone's honking, you're late, and that anger builds. You start gripping the wheel tighter, but deep down, you know that rage won't change a thing. In fact, it only makes the situation worse. That's what you've been doing in your life, every time you let your emotions take over. Take the wheel back. Recognize that you can control how you react. And that starts with awareness. Control doesn't mean you eliminate emotion. It means you decide how to respond to it. You've probably heard it 1,000 times. Discipline is the key to success. But here's the thing. Discipline isn't about forcing yourself to do things you hate. It's about choosing the right things to do, even when you don't feel like it. Think about that message you received last night, the one you decided to ignore. You knew that if you answered it, it would drag you into a conversation you didn't want to have. That's self-discipline. In that moment, you had a choice. You chose your peace, your time, your energy. Discipline is not about saying no to everything. It's about saying yes to the right things and saying no to the distractions that will keep you from leveling up. You know that feeling when someone tries to provoke you? Maybe it's a comment on social media or someone pushing your buttons in person. Your instinct is to react, quickly, sharply, maybe with a perfect comeback. But here's the trick. Saying nothing can be the most powerful response. Picture this. You're in a conversation and someone says something that triggers you. Your mind races with responses, but instead, you just sit there, silent. They're waiting for your reaction, but you give them nothing. Suddenly, it's like you've flipped the script. Silence gives you control, and more importantly, it keeps your energy intact. When you stop reacting, you start moving with intention, not out of impulse. That silence? It's a form of strength. It's emotional control. Master the pause. In those moments, you take back your peace and you take back your power. The difference between success and failure? Mindset. It's not about working harder, working longer, or being lucky. It's about seeing the world and yourself differently. Imagine this. You're facing a setback. You feel like you're walking through mud, and everything is against you. But instead of spiraling, you stop. You shift your mindset. Instead of seeing this setback as failure, you see it as a lesson. Instead of getting angry or discouraged, you choose to get smarter, to adapt, to grow. It's not about ignoring reality or pretending everything is fine. It's about choosing how you view reality. Your mindset shifts and suddenly you become unstoppable. The world doesn't change, but you do. Let's talk about failure. You're terrified of it, aren't you? You avoid anything where you might mess up because deep down, that fear of looking stupid, of failing, feels unbearable. But here's the kicker. Failure is not your enemy, it's your teacher. You're frustrated, aren't you? Every day feels like a race against a dozen tasks, yet success seems to slip further away. You're not out of control, you're just in the wrong mindset. The truth is, you're in charge, but you've been letting emotions steer the wheel. Picture yourself stuck in traffic, late, anger rising. Gripping the wheel tighter won't help. It only makes things worse. That's what happens when emotions take over in life. Take control by choosing how you respond, not by eliminating feelings, but by managing them with awareness. Discipline is often misunderstood. It's not about forcing yourself into tasks you hate. It's about choosing what matters, even when motivation is low. Think of that message you ignored last night to avoid a draining conversation. That's discipline, prioritizing your peace and energy. It's saying yes to what aligns with your goals and no to distractions. When someone provokes you, a snarky comment online or in person, your instinct is to fire back. But silence can be your greatest weapon. Imagine staying calm while they wait for a reaction. That pause is strength. It's emotional control, preserving your energy and letting you act with intention, not impulse. Success hinges on mindset, not just hard work or luck. Facing a setback? Instead of spiraling, reframe it as a lesson. It's not about ignoring reality, but choosing how to see it. Shift your perspective, and you become unstoppable. Not because the world changes, but because you do. Failure is scary, right? You avoid risks to dodge looking foolish. But failure isn't the enemy. It's a teacher. Imagine trying something new without overthinking the outcome. Failure isn't the end. It's the start of growth. Every stumble brings experience and confidence. Embrace it as your secret weapon. Overthinking traps you. You replay conversations, question decisions, and get stuck in your head. The real mistake isn't a wrong choice, it's inaction. Take a breath, trust your gut, and move. Even if you falter, you'll learn. Progress beats paralysis. Emotional baggage, grudges, past failures, old hurts weighs you down. Picture carrying a backpack, adding a stone for every betrayal or disappointment. Eventually, it's exhausting. Let go. Forgive not for others, but for you. Detaching creates space for growth and peace. Discipline doesn't have to be a battle. It's about small, consistent choices aligned with your values. Instead of scrolling mindlessly for an hour each morning, try setting an intention for the day. Discipline isn't restriction. It's focus, moment by moment. That inner voice telling you you're not good enough, it's your biggest obstacle. When it creeps in, challenge it. Remind yourself of your strengths and past wins. Your inner dialogue shapes your reality. Make it empower you. You might set boundaries with others, but what about with yourself? Self-discipline means saying no to habits that drain you, like endless social media scrolling. Choose progress over comfort. 1 hour working on your goal each evening can transform your trajectory. Chasing a big goal, don't overlook small wins. Success is a journey, not a sprint. Celebrate milestones no matter how minor. Each step builds momentum and confidence, laying the foundation for breakthroughs. When was the last time you sat in silence? No phone, no noise, just you and your thoughts. Silence is powerful. It cuts through the chaos, giving clarity to your ideas and control over your emotions. In quiet moments, you stop reacting and start responding with purpose. You can't control everything, your job, relationships, or circumstances, but you can control your energy. Protect it by saying no to toxic environments and prioritizing rest. Your energy is your power. Guard it fiercely. Perfection is a trap. You tweak endlessly, afraid of flaws, but that fear stalls progress. You don't need to be perfect to succeed. Let go of impossible standards and embrace the mess. Progress matters more than perfection, and that's where your true power lies.